Oh, all right. All right. Now we're live. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing this Friday? Happy Friday. I hope everything is going well with you all. So, we are here again in another Friday. We're going to be talking about your year end checklist. And yeah, we say in the subject like nonprofit, but this works for you as a business owners as well. So, feel free to stay here. Same exact process exactly for business owners. So bear with us. If you are new here, my name is Noura Al-Masri, and I'm an enrolled agent and the founder of Noura's Books. With me here, as usual, every Friday, my partner, Brittnei.
Hi everyone. I'm still trying to connect to Instagram, but that's not what you came here for. You came for me to introduce myself. I am Brittney C, a grant specialist of Write the Vision Plainly LLC. And like Nora said, we are here every Friday together giving you these amazing tips to help you get unstuck in your nonprofit and as well as on your grant journey.
Yep, yep. Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna get into the subject. And sorry, we are kind of late. I know, like, if you've been waiting, we said like we're gonna come here at 1, but it didn't go as planned. We had some customer service issue with some platforms. When you call some customer service, it takes forever. So yeah, thank you for waiting, and thank you for joining us now. So year ends, we are few days away from November, which is what, 2 months away from actually ending this year and starting the 2024. So how are you preparing for your 2024? How are you ending 2023? Simply, there is a checklist you need to go through to make sure you're ending the year strong. The first thing you want to do, you want to go check your books, your accounting, so your numbers basically. Even if you have bookkeeper or accountant taking care of your book, like, it's a great time now to review, make sure everything was recorded correctly because mistakes happens, and you just want to make sure everything is recorded correctly. You want to make sure you have the report to make sure you have everything as planned, to make sure um you actually do not mess up with your books. You don't end your year with a messy books. So if for
Mhm.
nonprofits you don't want, well, you would worry about taxes as well. If you're doing unrelated business income, you want to make sure you do not owe estimated taxes that is not paid. You want to make sure that you do not actually owe payroll taxes if you have payroll, because this is something you would have. You want to make sure you already filed for last year's return. So if you are in a calendar year and you have made an extension, you still have a chance to actually file on time for your extension, which is November 15. So a little bit more than 15 days. And after that, there is no extension. So this is one thing actually you want to make sure you do. And try for next year, you don't have this problem. So don't do another extension, because the problem is when you do an extension, what happened, you don't know your books. Most likely you're doing an extension because you don't know your numbers. You did not do bookkeeping, or there's something wrong. That means you're not planning. That means you are not actually strong and planning in numbers. You don't know if you reach your goal or not. You don't know where are you in your goal. You do not have anything in order. And for that, actually, if you say, for example, you want $10,000 in revenue for this month, for example, or in funding or in donations, if you know your number, you will then find a way to execute that. But if you do not know your number, you're just like waiting, praying, hoping you're gonna get something. You'll never become close to that number. So that's why you wanna be ahead of time, and this is a perfect time to end this year strong, at least evaluate what's happening, evaluate what did happen in 2023, and what can you do before the end of the year, and what goals that you have to really postpone for next year, or maybe you don't want to do anymore. You need to do this evaluation so you can actually estimate how is it going to look like for your organization by the end of the week, by the end of the year, and how do you want to manage and actually control the donations, the funding for your organization on 2024, what programs you can do. This is again like applies for you in nonprofit or business. You just have to change the wording, right? Funding, revenue, donors, revenue, clients, just a
P&L
little bit of,
statements, income, things
yes.
like along the lines of that, business plan.
Mm-hmm. So,
So
everything is, you have to do the same thing. It's a business at the end of the day. Yeah, go ahead, Brittney.
I was gonna say, okay, so as a business, you know that you have a business plan. So what's that for nonprofit? That's gonna be your, besides your 501(c)(3), that's the saying that you are, it's your donors. That's like your business plan. How are you getting in the revenue, aka donors, in your nonprofit? For your business, what are you doing to generate revenue? Are you doing that through a service? Are you if not a service, are you using your skill set? Like, what are you doing to draw in the funds?
Yes. Awesome. So you have to have a plan, and this is the perfect time to do a plan. But you cannot plan for next year unless you know what happened this year. So go
Correct.
review your plan. Like, what did you plan for this year? And then check what did you really do, what you didn't do. And those things that you said you're gonna do and you maybe forgot about them, maybe you didn't do them. Are you gonna still do them this year? How long is it gonna take you to do those? Is it gonna be enough to do 2 months, or do you really maybe need an extra time? So you're gonna start now but not finish until next year. It doesn't matter. You just have to have a direction. You just have to have a vision. You have to have a written vision, a written direction, and that direction and vision, you need to be looking at that every single day and take action every single day from that direction. No matter how you organize yourself with this, doesn't matter. You can just whatever you prefer. You want to like Google Doc, you want Excel, you want these project management systems, whether Trello, ClickUp, Monday. I don't know what you want to use. Use whatever you want to use. Um, the main thing is to have something written and measure those action and make sure you achieving your goal and rearranging. Be flexible. You don't want to be, you're not, nothing is set on stone, right? So especially for you guys like on emergency relief, for example, I know a lot of people work, for example, to help people in emergency relief. Now you probably have something planned for empowerment education, but the area you work on is Palestine, Gaza. You cannot work on education while people are being bombarded and killed in the hospital. You have to do something emergency, so you
Correct.
have to rearrange. So, and that happens in many area, like, and unfortunately on this earth we live in. So we actually always as a nonprofit have to adjust and have to respond, especially if this is your job, like is this is your mission to emergency, uh, to do the emergency response. It's not like um, you're focusing on one area that there's no disasters there. That's different. But if you are focusing on the area of conflicts, on the area that something like earthquake happened, um, yeah, you really have to respond to that. You really have to respond to that. So you
That's
have every goal has to be really flexible. You want to change it. It doesn't mean that you exit out, but you have to pivot and do something different.
So what you're saying is your goals can be absolute, like this is the main focus, but it shouldn't be such the main focus that if there's an emergency, you're like, well, no, I'm not responding to the emergency, although I need to respond to it because I'm so focused on this goal. So I understand what you mean by that. So like Nora said, in your goals, as well as getting organized in general, brushing up on those narratives, see what it is that you have that you can be flexible and make arrangements. And I'll say this, for the grant side, that for your narratives, make sure that to qualify for the year end giving, which as we know 30% is given in December alone every year than any other year. I mean, I'm sorry, any other month. So, with that, make sure you're revisiting those narratives that have gotten rejected. Are you speaking the funder's language? Are you, I don't want to say appealing to their needs, because you don't want to, like, you don't want to position yourself to kind of be like under them to the point where you're like, okay, I'll do this for you and I'll do this for you. Like, you don't want to seem like you're like a lost puppy following after them. You want to stand strong. So
Mm,
I say, for like the end of the year checklist, make sure you're revisiting those narratives that got rejected, not denied. At least work on the rejected ones right now, because with the ones that got denied, you may have to, you're either on your own and you got to try to figure it out, unless you are calling and communicating with the funder and they're communicating back with you. I would say work on the ones that you got rejected, where they told you there was a mistake or several mistakes and here are the notes behind it, because that those are the easiest ones to do, versus the ones that require more work, which are the ones that you get denied. So just continue to position yourself. I'm not saying to start at ground zero, but I am saying sometimes you do have to go back to the foundation to see, like, okay, I'm just checking it out. Are there any cracks here? Where am I the weakest in my proposals? Where am I the weakest in my business or my nonprofit? What did I do this year that I know could have been a better improvement or will be a better improvement for next year, 2024, that's coming up? So just look into it. And this is something I would say you should be constantly looking at every day, to because it is a goal in your business and your nonprofit. Your goal is to get better at what it is that you do, not to stay stagnant. It's
yes.
to always strive, not for perfection, but be better than what you did last year. You know, measure yourself on your own scale. Don't look so much at the competition, because I know that's kind of what we get distracted by. What is my competition doing? How is my competition marketing? What is how are my competition setting up their donorships? Sometimes we're our own biggest competitor and we don't know it. But when you compete with yourself, that's how you improve, because you're saying, like, okay, I did this and this. These were all mediocre things. I'm just reflecting from within. I want to do these top 5 or these top 10 things better, so when 2024 comes around, I'll be prepared. So and I heard this from someone that said this on a recent YouTube video I watched. They said that in order to be ready for next year, you have to prepare for this year. Whatever you want to see happen next year, you
Mhm.
need to start putting everything into place right now. And although it's October and like October is almost over with, you still have time before December 31st to get that plan together, get your strategy and your implementation plan together, and execute.
Hmm. Yes. So this is really important. So if you don't plan, you're setting yourself to actually failure. Another thing you have for your nonprofit, like a lot of opportunities, like we always been saying, 30% of total funding comes on December, and you have Giving Tuesday. So run your donor reports now. Run your donor reports. Check with your donors, check in with them, make sure you have everyone in place, connect with them, get them ready for your Giving Tuesday campaign. Get them ready for everything that you want to do before the end of the year so you can end the year strong. You want to actually make sure you have a donor management system, because if you don't have one, it's there's no donor report to run, right? You need to have a donor management system. You need to have accurate information there, so it's not just sloppy work. It's very important to have every single piece of information in there correctly. And then now it's the time to utilize that, and don't be afraid to hire help now. You know how retail, they do hire help seasonal worker right now. You can do the same, because this is your time, this is your season as well. From November, actually from the Thanksgiving until the end of the year, it's your season. People want to share the blessing. People want to share the they go, we do the Thanksgiving with the family, then you go for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you get Giving Tuesday. This is your opportunity. They want to feel good. They don't want to just like be selfish, right? So it's your opportunity to shine. It's your opportunity to actually bring people in. And then after that, the Christmas, right? So people want also to share the blessing. So you want to make sure
Mhm.
actually you have that, and um you are ready. You have extra staff, like just hourly help, seasonal helping you, to make sure you reach out to each donor. And if you actually need help, I do have two things available for you. There is a course for Giving Tuesday. I have already online, so you can go to my website, but make sure you use Chrome. So that's how you will be able to get, because there's some problem with this if you're using Safari for my website for now. Hopefully, it will be resolved soon. But go to use Chrome, go to nourisbooks.com, and you can get to the Giving Tuesday course. And this is I put the link here, so nourisbooks.com, and then you go to courses actually, or other courses, and then from there you go to the Giving Tuesday. Another thing I did actually a training the other day in the group. That was a coaching call for my people who are for my clients who already registered and not available money now, for already registered for the seven figure nonprofit mastermind,
Mhm.
my main coaching program. So that day I went live to the group, because I want you guys in the Facebook group. That's a free. You can join anytime. You can go to Facebook group. The group name Get Your Nonprofit Funded. Again, Get Your Nonprofit Funded. So you can get to that group. If you did not find it, I'll put the link under the videos. Okay, after we save it. So
Mhm.
you can join that group, and from there you can watch the training. So that's an option. But then if you purchase the course, it's going to be extra resources for you. So you can get extra resources from the course. And it's this time where you have to actually prepare for that. You don't want to wait. You're not early, you're actually kind of late. Not late, you can still do it now, but you want to make sure you get advantage of that. A lot of benefits comes from joining Giving Tuesday. A lot of benefits coming from running campaigns during December, during the last few days of the year. Don't just vacation without planning for that. Go ahead and actually be active, have more staff than ever. Make sure you are ready, empowered with staff, so you can generate more money. So, yeah, and seasonal. Why would retail use that and you don't? Right? So you can go ahead and
Mhm.
do that. Utilize this and make sure you end this year strong.
Definitely. And I wanted to also mention, like I mentioned before, the mastermind that I have going on. I don't know if you're able to put the link on screen. Okay, there we go. So mine is Essential Grant Components Mastermind, and I'm going to be doing day 4 on Sunday at 5
Awesome.
So what
And it is recorded, right? For because it's day 4. So they can they get access to the recording if they join now or not?
um I'm still working on getting the recording together,
Okay.
but for the most part, day 4 is going to be live.
Okay. So like they lost the first 3 days, but you're gonna back them. They're gonna still get a lot of information from day 4.
Correct. On day 4, we're gonna work on our narratives, and I'll finish up with the other components that I'm diving nose. I'm doing a deep dive into.
Awesome.
So now, whenever I do have it on demand, and record it, I'll let them know. I'll Of course I'll make that announcement so they can see it first. But for day 4, which is on October 29th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, that's what I'm going to be going over. Everything, just like a short recap of what we went over during the first 3 days. So they're not going to completely miss out, but it's going to be in depth for those days alone. So yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is the link. Uh-oh. What did I do? I mean,
No, you got it.
oh,
So
that's okay. Forgive us, guys. I mean, I don't know, like, and in a new tab.
you
That's
totally
okay.
got it. You totally got it. So
That's
the
okay.
link, the direct link is bit.ly slash EGC events. So I had it like this because I was doing like a 4-day event. I also have another event that's further in November, but which is for corporate sponsorships. But if you're like, okay, I really need to brush up on my narratives, like what else do I need to do, how else do I need to go about doing it, what's the secret sauce, if you will, to make sure I get funded or get in on that year end giving for December, join me on day 4 for Essential Grant Components Mastermind.
Awesome. You don't want to miss that, guys. All right. All right. All right. We don't want to take so much of your time, guys. So just make sure you sign up for Brittney's mastermind. Go ahead and join my group so you can get that free training and get the Giving Tuesday
Speaking
training.
speaking of groups, we guys, like, forgive us. We just kind of started implementing our new Telegram group. So we don't talk about it as much, but it exists. Like, me and Nora have our own groups on Telegram, um focusing on like what she does for the taxes and nonprofit and what I do for grant writing. And we do have our collective group for available money now. If you did not know, it is going to be on demand really soon, where you can still have access to the recording for the 3 days that we did our workshop live, or our mastermind live for that. So yeah, just sign up and register for that whenever you get a chance. So yeah, we have all these good programs and these nuggets and all this other stuff that we really want you guys to get in on. So, don't hesitate. If you know we are who you've been looking for. If you know that what we have to offer you is what you've been looking for, or this is just a big, bold sign from God in general telling you, hey, sign up, register, do this, do that, then join. Don't put yourself on the back burner in a time like this when you really could, before December comes, prepare yourself to just receive that funding, because you would have done the hard work for the last few days in October, all month in November, preparing for Giving Tuesday, and finally in December preparing yourself to receive that year-end giving. So don't put a cap on yourself. Go ahead and do exactly what it is you need to do to finish. Do what you need to do to not only finish and execute, but finish strong for it. And you're doing yourself and your nonprofit a favor by executing.
Yep, sounds good. So we are here. We're going to be back. We're not going to be on next Friday together, but we're coming back the following Friday. So be with us. But until then, join our group, send us a message, book a call, sign up for the mastermind that Brittnei has on Sunday. Do whatever you need to do. Message us. Let us know actually what you need. How can we help you? You still can book a call with both of us, and we cannot wait to help you in this year strong. And with that, we wish you happy Friday and great weekend. And don't forget to join
Absolutely.
Brittnei on Sunday. Right. Bye.
See you Sunday, guys.